While the top coat of a paint job is what we see, there was a lot of proper preparation under the surface to achieve this look. The most crucial part of this preparation is, arguably, the primer. It is a preparatory coating applied to a surface before painting, whose primary purpose is to enhance the paint's adhesion to the surface. Its proximity to paint makes it easy to believe that paint and primer are interchangeable. But is primer a paint? Primer is a paint product that improves the finishing characteristics of the finishing paint. Apart from improving adherence, it gives a smoother fine look and reduces the number of paint coats that you need. Pigment, one of the main components of paint, is absent in primer. Painters often use primer in conjunction with paint, and this article takes a close look at the differences between these two, the pros and cons of using each one, and how to use primer on different surfaces correctly. What is a primer? Primer is a preparatory coating applied to surfaces before painting, mainly to allow the paint to adhere to the surface better than if you use the paint alone. A primer creates the base needed to achieve a perfect paint job. Compared to paint, primer is not intended to be the outermost finish. However, manufacturers can engineer it to have better binding and filling materials with the material underneath. So, what exactly does primer do? It helps to cover surface imperfections and provides a uniform, even surface for the paint to adhere to. Conceals and blocks stains to prevent bleeding through to the final coat of paint. It neutralizes the color of the surface to allow the most authentic, purest color of the paint can shine through. Some situations in which you should use primer include when applying a lighter color to a darker colored surface. This application gives a neutral base that allows the full saturation of the paint to shine through. If the area you are painting is humid and more susceptible to mildew and leaching. If there are stains on your surface, you want to prevent bleeding through to the final coat of paint. On very porous surfaces, if the previous coat is glossy, a light scuffing with sandpaper and a coat of primer will help to improve adherence since glossy bases do not hold paint well. What is a paint? Paint is a pigmented composition that converts to a solid film on application to a surface. Water-based paints have water as a solvent and are commonly referred to as latex paints, though they contain no latex. On the other hand, oil-based paints have a solvent of mineral spirits or alkyd resin. Water-based paints are fast-drying, more environmentally friendly, and clean up easily with water and soap. Oil-based paints are best suited for areas prone to heavier use, such as floors and cabinets. Primer vs. paint. At a glance, paint appears identical to primer since they are both substances applied to a surface. However, there are several distinct differences between paint and primer, in terms of composition and purpose, among others. 1. Composition. As mentioned before, paint contains pigment, binder, and solvent. The pigment provides color, the binder sticks the pigment particles together, and the solvent increases the mixture's viscosity. On the other hand, primer consists of a solvent, a synthetic resin, and an additive agent. A significant difference between these two substances is that primer does not contain any pigments, although some do, and polyethylene to increase durability. 2. Function. The primer's primary function is to act as a bonding agent that improves the adherence of paint to the surface and helps create an even, smooth look for the final layer of paint. It is a preparatory coating applied before painting and is not meant to be the outermost layer. Paint, however, is designed to be the outer layer that provides protection and adds aesthetic appeal to the surface. Can you use primer as paint? Primer is mainly designed to help paint adhere to the surface and not act as the outer cover, so we do not recommend using a primer as paint. However, an excellent substitute for this is self-priming paint. Self-priming paint is paint that has primer mixed into it. You can eliminate the priming step from the painting process with it. Paint and primer in one is much thicker and has a higher build, giving a sturdier paint coat. On interior surfaces, self-priming paints work best on interior surfaces not exposed to the stress of outdoor conditions such as UV rays, snow, temperature, and humidity. When repainting, repaints are ideal for using self-priming paints if you previously painted the surface in the same color as the self-priming paint. Drywall. If you do not want to paint new, unfinished drywall without the hassle of painting separately, self-priming paint is a good alternative since you must prime new drywall. We are going to end this video right away. If you have any query or information to share, please leave a comment below. Thanks for watching.